I don't want to be making this video. I need your help. There's a really bad person in the Smash community, and no one seems to know. I started compiling a lot of stuff for this, and it just got too much to the point where I don't think anyone would read it or even consider anything. And I just want people to see. I want people to understand. I'm not going to be sitting here in front of the face cam for this whole video because honestly, it's really stressful. I am going to be just voiceovering through this though, so quality might differ randomly throughout the video. I'm just going to try my hardest here, okay? Thanks. Okay, yeah. It does feel a lot better just talking into a microphone for the rest of this. I originally had dropped all my projects and taken 3 days off of work just so I could work nonstop on this, and then the power went out for 3 more days. It's back now as I'm writing this, but this is the 4th time revising the script for this. I really feel like I'm racing the clock here because he will go after other women if I don't make this public. I've lost at least 10 pounds the last time I checked in the 2 weeks I've been making this video because I can't bring myself to eat while I had to constantly skim this person's socials. My health is not the best right now, so I apologize if I stutter or cough. I'm definitely going to do my best to edit that out. It's just been that unending anxious pain I felt in my stomach because of how obsessive this Kevin guy's been towards me. It's actually had me gagging, and just from coughing. I've been having mental breakdowns so many times, like every day. I can't comprehend how someone like this couldn't just approach me normally. Like, I haven't been able to get out of bed in the morning. I would just sit there and shiver, and I had a million blankets. It was so bad. I think I've cried more in those first 3 days than I have in the past 10 years of my life, just because of this person's actions. So I believe Kevin's actions are ban-worthy, and that's going to be my goal from this video. So please, share this video with everyone you can think of that could have a voice. I will be as quick and thorough about explaining this as possible. This video will be sort of like a segmented essay in 5 major parts. Number 1 will be the introduction, we already got to there. Number 2, who's Kevin Fitzgerald? 3 is actually going to be split into its own parts. It's just going to be about my experience. You know, how did I meet the guy? The worst of his lies. The Discord messages. I even got footage of this guy lying straight to my face. So there's that. And then after that, we'll just wrap up and end it. And I'll talk about what I want different. This video is being thrown together as fast as I possibly can. Since I just finished the script this March 13th, I will not, and I'm recording March 14th. I will not be sleeping until I finish recording from this point forward. Errors are going to be really likely here, so I'm going to make updates in the description as time goes on, so just let me know if I mess something up, okay? Links are also in the description with all the raw info used in this video, including the side stuff that might not matter, as well as the chapters feature should be working so you know where you are.
Although, sometimes, a secondary can actually be more hurtful than it can be helpful. Why is that? Well, wait a second. Who's this guy? Why are we listening to him? It's me. I have over 1,500 hours in this game. But don't take my word for gospel. Think for yourself. Well, you interrupted this clip. Move on to the next one.
This is Kevin Fitzgerald, also known as Nautilus, also known as Aqua. He's a 19-year-old Kazuya main currently attending locals and weeklies such as 1UP Games. He's ranked number 42 in Massachusetts and places top 3 often. At a glance, Kevin appears to have a social life and a healthy competitive mindset. He often posts on Twitter about his 3-day-a-week security job where he can just sit there and grind Smash for hours without interruption. Kevin even recently bought his dream car and is likely still living in his own apartment, judging by a year-old tweet. He also has his own Discord, a Twitch channel, a 2,000 follower Instagram meme account, his own Instagram account dedicated to fitness, and a fish-themed YouTube channel where he posts Smash guides. On his Twitter, he's been seen showing interest in retweeting posts by people in need of help. He is aware of bans being used as a punishment for misconduct in the community. Kevin is about as outwardly masculine-leaning as you can get. Besides the fitness Instagram in his bio, he prefers to be called by his first name by close friends, posts multiple times about hitting the gym in order to get buff, and he talks about being the highest-ranking Boy Scout in his Twitch bio. To the average person, including a couple friends I have that follow him, Kevin doesn't at all appear like the kind of guy to have skeletons in his closet. And yet, right under everybody's noses, Kevin has committed multiple obsessive acts containing but not limited to targeted catfishing, manipulation, invasion of privacy, and lying towards girls in order to get into women's private circles. I'm going to tell my personal experience with Kevin and how he used an alternative catfishing account to get close enough to me in order to use me just so he could get what he wants. No matter what he needed to say or agree with to make me feel comfortable, he would just say it, including creating images of fetishistic nature. Even when he had accidentally added himself as Nautilus multiple times, as well as been called out for using a voice changer, he would still make the conscious decision to lie directly to my face and continue to try to flirt. Pretending like everything was just going to be okay, because he just seems to think that girls are that stupid. Kevin seems to show a strong lack of respect and care for women's boundaries in almost every single aspect of his life. Despite the obvious signs of relating to women, since he seems very comfortable pretending to be one, he will still always use them for his own desires without any consent or care. Okay, you're typing. Okay, wait a minute. I'm like fucking high as shit right now. Did you know I like Iron Giant? I'm gonna show you the video at the end of this. It's just like, you have to watch this, okay? You like Iron Giant? Look at him. Look how much I love him. Look how much time and effort I've put into this guy. I love him. He is my buddy, and he's really bad in the game he's in, and he's like the worst this is insane. This game's gonna be dead when like in a couple of weeks from this video. My name is Mabel. I live in Michigan with my partner Mona and my brother Doodle. I usually use she, her pronouns, and have been committed to my feminine identity since sometime during 2020. I'm a girl. I don't have a lot to say about it to people that don't understand. I just ask that people can accept me for who I am. Since 2016, I've been a member of the Smash community, making edits, attending a local here and there, and putting a lot of myself into my streams. Though, nowadays, I only occasionally stream Smash Ultimate and mostly stick to 100%ing all the Sonic games. Because our time is so ridiculously limited between our work we do for a living and the 2 live service games that we're constantly playing catch-up with. I'm gonna start with our first interaction on Twitter that showed the intent Kevin had as he jumped straight into lying to me and looking for sex talk. I have to be thorough and show how close this person tried to get to me over our shared interest because this guy is so criminal it's insane, guys. Though I don't want this video to go on forever, hence anything I've missed, plus the screenshots, will be available to download in the description. Dates don't entirely matter here, but I'll try my best to keep it coherent so people can understand the severity of Kevin's actions. Dates will appear at the top of the video when relevant. I think it was sometime between the 22nd and 26th of February that I had received a follow from an NSFW account with the username Remora. I was already kind of interested in who this person was because their page said they were a lesbian my age, and they had Game Banana Smash mods listed under their name. Not even mentioning how weird it was that their name was just a letter off from my girlfriend's full name, Ramona. Now, I'm kinda gonna put myself in the open here. I don't want to talk about this, and yes, of course, we get raunchy for comedic purposes all the time, but I do try to keep a clean environment with my audience and content, especially when it regards to either sexual topics that I'm into or sensitive info that I vent about to close friends. I don't want to force those things on the teens and kids in the Smash community that might see it. I know I get kind of crazy when I'm high and I'm losing my mind after 10 hours of multiverses, but I generally use personal alts for venting and interacting with the more adult side of thoughts. Anyways, I followed them back on my AD alt since I was looking to cautiously make more friends in the Smash community that were also girls, so yeah. Upon following Kevin's catfish alt, he messaged me fairly quickly saying hi. I told them I liked their profile image, which was just a hee cat meme pic at the time. I'm genuinely confused with how this person found me, since they acted confused with my wording when I had mentioned it. But in hindsight, Kevin was just playing a character, so of course they didn't add how they found me. As you can see here, I pretty quickly started talking about mods, and they immediately went back to talking about girl stuff, directly lying to me, saying they were a girl. This lie was the first of its kind, but sadly not the last. This interaction is going to be one of the multiple patterns from Kevin where he just straight up lies to girls, like non-stop, even in the face of being caught. It's absolutely creepy behavior. Normal people don't do this. They continue to take interest in seeing my art and listening to me talk about writing for our 2016 multimedia IP journey, asking multiple times to see more, and more. I'll show the interactions at the end of this section of the video, but they continued to swing the topic of journey lore back around to talking about how we both like women. Kevin the Catfish also admitted and asked if I liked cat furry girls. Username checks out. It definitely makes me wonder if this guy came from my brother Doodle's follower base, since he likes a lot of the tweets from him on his alt. It's all speculation, though, since I haven't seen any interaction from Nautilus's Twitter. It's more likely he found me off of my Game Banana page, or even the Smash Ultimate modding hub, since that's one of the closest contacts we've had prior to us targeting. And his first message there is eerily close to my final message there. Is this a coincidence? Because it's a hell of a coincidence for it being the same day, within 30 minutes of my last message. Speaking of likes, though, this guy is really bad at hiding his account's connections. With the known info that we both like snooping people's likes, Kevin gassed up a Steve hate tweet with both of his accounts, as well as after everything in this video went down, he even liked his own tweet on his catfish alt. Who does that? Forgive me for thinking this, but my guess is he was gonna have this Remora sweetheart eventually introduce me to Kevin or something. Or maybe he was just gonna transition into Kevin. I don't know. It actually makes me feel fucking sick to think about whatever his plan was here. I mean, look at the text in response to me talking about furries. This is actually psychotic. He's literally doing the opposite of what he is agreeing with here because the given consent of these conversations is built on a lie. Keep in mind, these are just our first interactions. After more chatting, I managed to get back to them on the topic of commissions. They've responded by saying they have 5 to 6 years of experience in Blender. That had me thinking, they've been doing this for a while, especially when they said 5 to 6 years and their prices were ridiculously low. I thought I hit the jackpot, man. I unloaded on them that I had all these bad experiences with other modders. Kevin continues to keep this facade up by agreeing with everything I say. As well as he agreed to doing something like having me pay him by the hour to do it. It's like, yes, I just need someone to do that for me. I actually felt like I got something I've been looking for, because I don't have the time to work on these. Another direct lie here I didn't catch at first is that they said I found their profile earlier. But the thing is, I don't remember doing that. I very clearly remember getting a follow from them on my main, and then making the conscious decision to follow them with my alt. That doesn't line up. I had confused them with another person at the time, but in fact, I found the account I was looking for, and it wasn't at all related. It was just another NSFW Smash modder. Taking advantage of someone being confused like this is predatory behavior. That alone is really bad, but it gets so much worse. Being several messages into this conversation, it was pretty evident this person wasn't just trying to warm me up in order to close me on buying some Smash mods. They were taking direct interest in me as a person, constantly flirting with me, even though I changed the conversation a lot from the topic. Since I like to involve my girlfriend in everything I do, I continued to mention her to them. By the way, when I say flirting, I mean like a lot. These are all just the advances and tap-ins from Kevin in just the messages on Twitter, which occurred on February 24th between the hours of 5:46 p.m. and 9:10 p.m. After that, we moved to Discord by my request. I am always in for impromptu Smash. Oh my gosh. I haven't even gone to this game yet, and like, I can't help but listen to the song. Holy shit. The subscription? Yes! Thank you!
Thank you! Thanks for coming by, Remora.
Thank you. That's awesome. I mean, you feel free to stick around for the other stuff, but, you know, Maplecast CTV is pretty good background noise. Our first few messages on Discord were a lot of the same. I started opening up a lot more about myself as this went on, which was exactly what they wanted. Right away, they were using heart reactions here too on my first message, complimenting me, pretending to be silly to make me feel loose and comfortable. I wish I could just jump forward, but literally right after our first topic of talking about multiverses mains, they pushed their sock fetish on me. They continued to shave their legs, take sock pictures, and send them to me all the way up until I stopped messaging them. Even after I voiced my suspicion with them using a voice changer, they still sent pictures of themselves in the bathtub with socks on. I mean, guys, it's obviously a fetish and not just a cute thing. I think socks are cute. I don't see the appeal in the bathtub thing, nor do I want it forced on me non-consensually by the most masculine-leaning person I've had to interact with in a very long time. I don't have any problems with people indulging in their interests anonymously online. I have a problem with the fact they targeted me and used me for their sexual desires. Later in this video, I actually believed them for a period of time because of the hours of texting and effort they put into making me trust them. And they used me for it. Fuck that. I want justice. I responded to the first fetish post saying that I actually like mismatched socks as a design thing, and they just immediately derailed it, asking me if me and my girlfriend are sexual and just so much personal shit. They wanted a link to my Twitch stream even though it's linked everywhere. As well as they asked if they could follow my main. But like, I found them because they followed my main. They were basically trying to create fake trust because it's pretty obvious they looked at it already. Actually, one of the first red flags I overlooked was the fact that they said they didn't have a main account that was safe for work. So they don't have that, but they attend locals and have been doing Blender for 6 years. That never added up. Looking back, I'm honestly just so mad I was so naive and trusted this person for even a second. I've had to let Kevin get away with this for so long because of things outside my control. I've just been cramming to the Frontiers OST while I dump 8 to 10 hour sessions every single time I get the chance to work on this. It's such a fucking nightmare getting time to record this. Getting back on track here, they also asked me about my kinks. Fishing to see if I had any similar desires. They would talk about lots of personal stuff like masturbation, and then in the next breath, just tell me it's good to open up to people. Like, fucking why, man? It's so obvious he didn't care if he hurt me, which he definitely did. Seems like he hurt other people too. A big event that happened around this time was when, big surprise, Kevin's newly acquired 2009 Mini Cooper he posted about recklessly driving with on his main had broken down. Driving like that can't be good for that car's lifespan, especially when he just got it a week ago. Anyways, he sent 2 photos of it to me with his catfish alt, one including his exact location, which of course lines up with everything on Kevin's primary accounts, including where his local scene is at. Like he speed ran outing himself. No, instead this motherfucker went for 100%. He just kept going. I actually started to believe this person was somewhat genuine because this was one of the first things that actually seemed pretty legit. Kevin really thought hiding in plain sight with overconfidence would just work against women. Fucking dodo. I stayed up with them and comforted who I thought was this Remora person about it. My girlfriend even drew a picture of their main because she wanted to do something nice for my new friend. I always try to include my family whenever I can with friends, so it really, really sucks that Kevin took advantage of her kindness too. Later that night, they asked if I had any other lesbian friends, and if me and my girlfriend were exclusive. Is it obvious this person has really gross, creepy, ulterior motives yet? Because it is to me. Holy shit, my gut was so right. Of course I came out about being trans in response to this question, because if someone's asking me these questions like that, especially if I think this person is cool or if I respect them at all, I want them to know who I really am, even though I shouldn't be worrying because it is all over my socials and content. I shouldn't have to talk like this. This dude really had the balls to say they were sorry I have to deal with this in life. Like, I lost 2 weeks of my life because of you, you dick. They said that they knew because of my Twitch page and complimenting me multiple times on my looks, just fucking gassing me up every single chance they got. Like, you know, I can definitely feel comfortable around you. You know, the creepy cis guy that preys on trans girls for his own sex purposes? Yeah. Okay, no. Makes total sense. This was totally gonna go in a good direction for you. I apologize about going off so much. Seriously. I love going off about shit so much in my stream, but and it's just, this is so fucking serious. At this point in writing the script, I've had to look at this shit so many times. It is irritating seeing just how much he underestimated me and how confident he was about it. And still is. I mean, God. He's still going. After they got home and we had some chatting about life stuff, they asked if they could play Smash with me. So later the next day, that's just what we did. We played Smash, and the footage from that stream is what is playing throughout this video. So it's actually pretty therapeutic to have gameplay of me kicking their ass in this game while I talk about it. So thanks for the free gameplay, Kevin. Back to where we are in the story, though. They told me they have a raccoon girl OC. So again, I showed my kindness by telling them I'd hook them up with my brother's art commissions because he's chill like that. And then they'd have someone to help with the design, but I just... We indulgently talked about a lot of vanilla girl stuff, and they told me they found my OC Mabel really sexy. I mean, I can't argue that. But God, man, holy shit. Fuck.
Dude. That's a true combo.
I'd like to put a reminder here since I don't want to show everything because it's gross, but at this point, every 5 times that Kevin would try to talk about sex stuff with me, only one of those times I would stick on that topic and actually express how I feel about it. I was constantly kindly moving the topic back to fun things like our common interests. They mentioned that they were pretty comfortable sharing their body, but not their face, which made a lot of sense to me back then since I thought this was actually a girl that was just trying to be safe in the Smash community. Not some super masculine gym bro. At this point, I'm gonna have trust issues with everyone new that I connect with, I swear to God. I mentioned living in Michigan, and they said they lived in Massachusetts, which, funnily enough, wasn't a lie. Another interesting tidbit here is that on the 18th of February, Kevin mentioned on his Twitter how much he looks down on people that use marijuana. Now, people that have been following me recently know that I just came back on the 17th to stream games for 10 hours while I was toked out of my mind, especially since I just started pot. That's so fucking scary to think that he was talking about my decision to medicate behind my back like that. He said on his Catfish alt that weed was just legalized in Massachusetts, but it's not. I looked it up. In 2016, anyone has been able to do whatever they want, so he just made up a reason that he's been thinking about it. Fucking God, I really hope that doesn't confirm that, since he always does this kind of shit. It fits his patterns. So here's a more terrifying connection that I just noticed as I'm writing, gathering more stuff here. I think it's possible he saw me in my brother's public post asking for a modder. That must have inspired him to make his move. This is scary behavior because yes, I do understand we like a lot of the same things. So why didn't he just message me as Kevin asking to be my friend? I would have been his buddy. People have dogged on me the entire time I've been here, bro. I'm not the kind of person that throws people away. Quite the opposite, actually. I generally try to keep groups together and give people a lot of chances, especially when they take interest and let me share my interests. There was no logical reason for this other than he thinks that I would actually be dumb enough to be played like that. He wanted a lot more than an honest bestie. He wanted to interact with me sexually, and he knew that there was no shot with how masculine he identifies. I tag myself as a very feminine-leaning lesbian a lot publicly because it fits my lifestyle, self-image, and my desires. It's not like he didn't understand what he was doing. This was fully intentional. As of the 9th of March, Kevin tweeted this. He's been broken up with her since the 9th of last October. He's obviously implying that women controlling his life is a bad thing. 2 words. Woman hater behavior. I guess it could be 3. I believe that by taking account of all his actions up until this very point, this tweet confirms that he's most certainly a woman hater despite his sexual attraction to them. His emotionless desire to do anything to use girls is disgusting. This is the major reason why he needs to be banned. No fighting game with equal rights would ever allow this person to continue to compete after this. I've been asking myself in the Smash community the same question. How are so many people allowed to exist here and do things like this? This guy wasn't just some Wi-Fi guy. This is a direct vein in the community, interacting and keeping up a facade with others when this is who he truly is. It's not like there weren't any signs either. I'm just so confused and hurt. I'm gonna jump back here since this is just about the end of our first day texting. We both ended up staying up till like 5 a.m. in the morning, just talking to each other through Discord. This is really the most messed up form of catfishing because I felt like I had some kind of bond with this person. I thought I made a new friend I could introduce to my family. I will never forgive myself for letting my guard down so easily. This wasn't just catfishing, this was worse. The next morning we talked about Smash, so thankfully I can just skip ahead to the part where they asked me what kind of socks they should wear that day. Oh, that's a little bit weird. That was probably the longest we had gone while talking about something that wasn't just some self-inserted desire Kevin was pushing. Oh, and another gender lie. Even after hours and hours of texting. Nice, dude. Fucking nice. We had a lot more Smash mod talking for most of the day. Kevin brought up as a joke that he wanted to flash people to get a kill at locals. Remember this because he would later bring it up again as something he's into sexually, mentioning directly right next to something he had already confirmed to have done on Twitter. When I got home that night, I set up my stream and got everything ready. I told them I was on 5 hours of sleep from the night before. They didn't let up though, basically telling me they hoped I still felt as open as I did the night before. I feel gross from the times I told them I was showering because they would say weird shit like this. They joined my stream and we played for around 2 hours of games. Even if I didn't have all the documents and proof in the world, I can still confirm that this is the same person as the man on Twitter just by their playstyle and their characters. I have no earthly idea why they thought this was a good idea to say, but they also mentioned in the Discord that their real name was on their Twitch. Of course I had the users and chat tab open on my stream setup, so my eyes gravitated over there, and lo and behold, there was this name that was vaguely familiar to me. My gut feeling told me something was fishy. Way too fishy. I knew I had seen the tag Nautilus before. I didn't look too far into it because I didn't know if it was Remora's supposedly primary account, and I didn't want to be rude. I pretty much dropped it when I saw their tag was Aqua, though I did screenshot it. I don't know why I did, but I felt like I needed to. Now I know why. But like, why the hell would he say that when we both admitted to each other about snooping through people's likes? My personal theory was that he probably had another account using his name, Kevin Fitzgerald. But this shows that the account was created the same day, so that is confirmed to be a cover-up. We now know for 100% that this person really tries to play 4D chess with women. As if we didn't already. Honestly, I don't even know who I'm trying to convince here. I just have to give this video my all because I need people to understand the severity of the situation. They also didn't want a voice chat on stream, which I found a little weird since I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I'm a content creator. Why would you play like this with a content creator? Does he really think trans women are just even more dumb than cis women just because we reject a lot of masculinity? Kevin, quick tip. I will tell you, it's not rejection, it was forced upon us. It's just how we're born, bro. After Kevin made a masturbation mention in response to me saying I didn't feel right after staying up for another 10 hours, oh, and a sock fetish pic later, we started talking about a lot of NSFW stuff. I don't know what's going to be put in the video from this. It's just going to be on screen right now, whatever I put in. This is a bit risque, but this is a really important post, confirming both his sock fetish and the fact that judging by his Twitter trend post, and by doing basic math, he's probably talking about one of his only sexual experiences. It's so fucking gross. He's actually self-inserting, guys. He already brought up the flashing part. I guess the only way he could keep a straight story was by injecting things from his personal life. This is parasocial behavior. I really wish I didn't feel compelled to share more about myself when he would share. But knowing that some of it really was real shit he was saying so that he could feel a bond from this is so weird. So fucking weird. I mean, it's all pretty much info I'd tell to any friend, since people could always just leak things if it went bad. I'm not stupid, I'm just so fucking hurt that someone would do this to me. Now here's something a lot more scary, because this is dealing with the young lady Kevin was dating. I hate to bring her into this so much. I'm only including as much as I feel necessary as evidence against Kevin. If anyone knows this one, please tell her about it so she stays away from him. I don't know any of her socials, so if she finds out, please contact me so I can blur any pictures if this gets enough traction. So people just leave her alone. I don't know what Kevin means when he says he lost her due to bad habits resurfacing. When I asked, he said it was just him not understanding and not communicating. She's apparently still the reason he plays Pyron Mithra. He says he hasn't stopped thinking about her. This lines up with the public vent tweets too. I'm asking people to tell her because he says she's contacted him again before. Now, he did say he cut off from her, but I don't trust a thing he says though, especially if she were to try to come back to him. If you were to ask me, Kevin is super obsessive and disrespectful towards all kinds of girls and women. This is a bad fucking combo and needs attention. He needs to get help. After that mess, I sent them a baby pic of my cat Lilith. She's named after the girl from Binding of Isaac. And then we talked about how they also like Isaac. They actually said, we weirdly like a lot of the same games. Isn't that weird? He proceeded to mention having a thing for a woman also named Lilith from some fucking show I've never heard of called Supernatural. We talked more about girls and life things. I started monologuing about always trying to do the right thing. Kevin was very aware of my trauma. He still responded anyway, supporting me, saying he was sorry I had to deal with all of that. Like he wasn't gonna put me through more? They also said they reciprocated looking for a good friend out of this. God, what the fuck? I said a few lines down from that this should be our fourth player for games. And they agreed, saying it would be fun. Okay, I'm genuinely wondering what they thought they were gonna get from this. So here's something weird. They thought I was 19. To the point of saying they remembered me saying I was 19. Until they backed out and said it was someone else. Pretty much mirroring my confusion when trying to remember who this person was. My birthday was October 20th. Now, I'm not saying they've been watching me since then, but it's possible. Since we already know this guy lies every 5 seconds, just another reason I feel unsafe, I guess. Oh, look, another sex thing. Reminder that this is super disgusting because this person is literally pretending to be a lesbian woman. And they're saying these things to me. I told them I wanted to VC with them and show them some of our old YouTube videos and edits I made. They were super excited. I showed them the Mabel Isaac mod I made, and told them about the shitty people that harassed me over it. I told them about Parsec and explained how they can connect to my PC and use a controller to play games, since our connection wasn't terrible on Smash. We talked more about our PC rigs, I info dumped about community, those were our messages for the day. Next day, they told me they were going to look into Parsec. I streamed 10 hours of Multiverses straight, because of deadlines, so there wasn't a lot of messages on the 28th. They did ask to play Smash again. I told them no because I was so drained. While I was at work, I told them I might be getting off earlier that day. They said they didn't get Parsec set up, but they wanted to play Smash. I told them things might not be going my way time-wise, so I'd be home later. A couple hours of being left on red. Yeah, it fucking sucks, doesn't it, Kevin? I guess I know how you feel, huh? They got back to me and told me they weren't comfortable with getting Parsec. I just said, okay, we can use Discord and screen share. I told them I'd let them carry it at their own pace since I talked to a lot of new people because of my brother's Twitter following. Makes me take things and gain mutual trust a lot faster with people since people there are generally very uninterested in me. I never interacted with too many women in the Smash community, so I really didn't know if this was normal behavior at the time, since people want to deny, but it's a problem in the Smash community. It is. And that's a huge point from this video. It is a problem. This guy denies that it's a problem, and it is. This dude is being the whole ass problem with the Smash community right now. Why I don't like going to locals very often, because people are dicks, and they fucking act like this. No respect. No fucking respect. People like me are just a sex toy in his eyes. They told me they're not really interested in bird guys on Twitter. I have no idea what really made Kevin say this, whether it was a misdirection or one of his misplaced truths. It's just very interesting that he commented on it. I'm still trying to figure out if he came from Doodle's Twitter post. It could have been anywhere. I'm active in almost every community we share. And now we're finally caught up to the final day where I caught them. We're almost at the end of this. I am so relieved to almost be able to wash my hands of this. I want my life back. I miss Shadow. I miss Smash. I just miss getting high and being stupid. Oh, God, I miss my job. My family has been so fucking helpful taking care of work things while I've been dealing with this. But they need me. I'm the only person that fixes the things they can't.
No! It can't be! No! No!
This is it. The day I found out the girl I had hours upon hours of texting and playing with was just some dude trying to rebound after being alone on Valentine's Day. This is the day I started making this video. This is the most important part. Let's do this. I stopped talking with them until they wanted to do something because they got nervous about using Parsec. Our last message had been on the 20th of February, when they contacted me again asking for Smash on March 1st, just a couple hours later. Up until that point, we pretty much texted. Our longest gap was, what? About, probably like, I can't say because I'm just off the top of my head, but our longest gap was probably like 4 hours or something like that. Like, we did not spend that long without talking about stuff. I got my Switch stuff moved back over to my PC, and I started a call. Hold on, I'm dealing with something. Give me a minute. Gotcha, just vibing. I can push it a tiny bit. Kevin then just drops this evil fucking shit out of nowhere. This thread is a whole other can of worms. But long story short, he calmed down with his catfish all basically playing the good guy, and people praised him for it. So, I've archived the entire thread on the Wayback Machine, as well as every one of Kevin's socials the site would let me archive. That'll be in its own folder in the download. How can you lack so much self-awareness? Screenshotting DMs? Here to help? Holy shit, this is so fucking evil. Kevin said so many comforting things to victims while being a literal woman hater and a predator. That's scary. Yeah, luckily I got out of the conversation. You can read my response on Game Banana. Wow, yeah, I skimmed really fast. NSFW account stuff gets weird attention. It's why I've been scared with my alt and why you had to text me for a sec for me to talk more about myself. Yeah, quickly learning that. Haven't experienced it too much because I don't really talk to guys a whole lot. I wish I didn't, but I had no other place to go for Smash when I was little, since I was kinda poor. There's some bad guys in the community. Yeah, you fucking... Oh my god. Oh, I can feel the, like, self-awareness behind that So first off, he likely just wanted me to look at this thread to see how much of a good person he was being. Secondly, these are flat-out lies and ignorance as I tell him I'm weary of people. He went straight from this to trying to voice chat with me using voice mod? Are you fucking kidding me? Is hypocrisy a term in 2023? Did I miss something? You know what I missed? It was a bad dude. That's what I missed. I told them to leave and report that place. Then I started a call that lasted 15 minutes. It took them a while to join, and when they did, my jaw hit the floor. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I could instantly tell they were using a voice changer. I'm not stupid. I think I remember autopiloting, saying something was wrong with their voice. They left the call to go fix it, they said. Though that part was just off on my memory, since I was coming to so many realizations at once, it felt like time froze. It felt worse than someone I knew dying. To find out a friend was just a groomer creep the whole time? It broke me. I'm never gonna be the same after this. I sent the arena code. I had to hear more. I had to. What do you mean? Maybe it's just your mic. I don't have anything open and my voice sounds just fine in Streamlabs OBS. I guess I'm just a little wary. I'm sorry, it's fine. I just remembered what people do on the internet. What's happened to my friends. Okay, and what do you want me to do to show you I'm not? I'm confused. I know, I guess we just gotta hang out more. At this point, I knew I had to keep it together. I had to get them to rejoin so I could record it. Let me try and sort this issue out. Voicebox, I think, is connected to my Discord. Nice. I like the usage of the wrong program name, even though you have it open right now. Bro was actually tweaking his voice settings. This got ugly pretty fast. They had no reason to get this defensive when I told them so much about my life. I told them it's okay and he should just play some games. I started a call that lasted 5 minutes. There we go. Oh,
Where's the password?
Password's 1234. Yeah. So what's up with your microphone? Why is it so voice filtery?
This is... let me see. I can hear my own voice, right? In the
Yeah,
video
I mean,
and
I might be toked as hell right now, but I'm like, your voice sounds like
well,
you're using a voice filter.
give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Does something like that?
Uh, yeah, let's just play. Let's just play. You're okay. I don't know if you know, but it's like a thing where people will just use. I mean, it's just like I just don't. I mean, I could be wrong. You gotta understand. It's like the internet is a really like fucked up place. So
I know what you mean. I don't know what's up with my mic. Hold on, I can hear. Let me see if I
I'm
can hear
sorry.
myself. You're good.
It just sounds pitched up.
And I do hear what you mean though. It's like a weird
It's, like,
effect on my
pitched up.
voice. Yeah,
You must have voice changing software on your computer.
I do, but for
It must be on. I've messed around with that
it
stuff.
shouldn't be though because it's using my proper mic. It's using my
Mm-hmm.
it's using my Corsair headphone, not my not what do I have? Voice box, something like that.
Okay, well, I'm just like.
The only reason it's confusing is it's a new mic that I got. Like it got a
Do
new
you
pair
have
of
an old mic
headphones.
you could plug in? I'm sorry. I'm just
Not
like,
on not on no I don't want to be a weirdo that has a weird sounding voice because that is makes me feel
I
like
just don't want to be getting
Oh,
catfished and shit because people.
really.
Mm-hmm. People will literally just try to be my buddy because of this shit, and just I'm not.
So what shit?
It's cool. It's cool. I'm just paranoid as hell. So I'm
Okay.
just like, it's okay. Let's just play. I'm just like, I'm very cautious with people online, too. I guess, but I have me that I put out there, and I'm comfortable putting out there, and that's like a lot of me. So you're all good. You gotta admit, I'd be just a little bit sus when you're into like a lot of the same stuff as I am.
What do you mean?
Like Binding of Isaac and stuff.
Can screenshot the 250 hours in that game if you'd like. Did I have it on Steam? used to play Binding of Isaac in school.
Okay.
One of my friends got the old version, which is why I have way more than 1,000 hours. But on Steam I have like 250, I think. Oh goodness.
Oh, I killed myself. It's okay.
If my voice, I will try to figure that voice out right now. My mic is definitely, I think my mic is downstairs, and it is 1 a.m. and my parents are sleeping. Oh, I couldn't do that. Couldn't grab that now. Completely understand you being paranoid about it. Completely understandable.
It's been a
If it
rough
bothers
kind of,
you,
it's been a rough kind of couple days for me, so I'm just like, these challenges are insane.
What happened? If you don't mind me asking, what happened?
Multiverses. I played for 10 hours.
You're crazy for that.
Some crazy stuff. Okay, here we go.
Slightly wrong person.
Am I dead? No, that's a bad angle, but it's not a...
Yes. Try to get a kill off it, but...
Yeah. Donkey Kong!
I feel so bad. I don't know why... It's voice mod is what I have, but it's not even open right now.
After that video clip, it's just dead air. Playing Smash with them while I came to terms with what I had been feeding. How was I gonna tell Mona about this? What should I do? It's evident I started bargaining. I was trying to figure out as much as I could while keeping my cool. They played the mommy I'm hurt card, which wasn't helping their case. I mean, I could feel the FOMO they were trying to create, like it was really just a big misunderstanding, but it wasn't working on me. My head got to work, and I told them I knew how to get voice mod removed from their computer, and started explaining, because little does our friend Kevin here know, is that I have used this all the time for fun since I was 13. I know everything about voice mod, at least from back then. I told them to send a cap of their screen, and sent a lot of info regarding how to get it started. And of course, they ignored it, talking about fucking Isaac. Though, they did send a pic of their screen at the time, and oh my god, what? They outed themselves. So obviously, there's truly something wrong with this person. You don't do this when you've got max heat. Okay, so first off here, my eyes immediately go to the fact that he's using Chrome Discord, which is already suspicious. But, oh man, that doesn't look like the person they describe themselves as at all. Then I looked over the thing they wanted me to see in the first place, and there it was. The name I recognized from chat earlier. Right smack in the same screenshot. My head was racing. I didn't even think to check their Twitch. Oh my god, I could have just saved myself so much pain if I had just clicked it earlier, but then Kevin would have had a better chance at getting away with this. I was so fucking speechless at this picture. After this, they won a game and just left without saying anything, and they said good games. I really don't know when I started showing Mona the situation, but I know she was with me at this time. Mona had the idea that this might be a closeted trans girl, and that was my first and only relapse back to the idea that this could be just a big misunderstanding. I typed up a message because I was worried I had struck a nerve. Something didn't feel right that they had nothing to say about the 2 long paragraphs of what it was like finding out that I wanted to be a girl. And they were talking about having big boobs and a vagina like it was their daily life. No dysphoric comments either. Like, if this was a trans girl, why would they hide from someone who's told them so many personal oppression stories? At this point, I decided to have Mona help me snoop, since even if this was a trans girl, their actions would be so fucking wrong, using and manipulating another trans girl like they did. Mona asked me when Remora told me they went to a local, and what place they got. She knew what she was doing, since she was a long-term moderator for a major Nintendo Discord, and has had to investigate people like this before, unfortunately. With just a couple searches on Smash tournament sites, a local scene in Massachusetts came up instantly, lining up with their location they sent from before as well. We were watching a VOD of the night Remora told me they went to a local. The locals were held at a venue called 1UP Games. Waiting and searching for this person to come on for their set made it feel like there was only an amount of time before we came to an answer. I was looking at all the different people doing their sets and hoping it would be one of the more feminine-leaning people. And then, oh, hi, Kevin. Yeah, that's the guy. I mean, at this point, it's as much of a question of what doesn't connect now. There is so much dirt in this guy, and it only gets worse. As I started snooping more, I noticed 1UP Games had this Nautilus guy's Twitter mention on the tourney results tweet. This was the moment of truth. Could this be a beatdown sweetheart that's gone through stuff similar to my history? No, of course not. This guy is the most masculine-leaning person I've interacted with in a while. It hurts me so much to say he's not trans, because I only ever presented as male/non-binary leaning before I was trans. I understand that everybody is the same, so even Kevin deserved a fair shot, but he fucking blew it so hard. Too many times. The gig is up, Kevin. I'm not blind anymore. I was never blind. Alright, we're gonna take a breather here and just take a step back and do kind of a wacky top 10. I had 10 parts. Top 10 minorly important things I noticed while going hunting through Kevin's socials. And then we'll conclude this video because I am so mentally worn out after this. Number 1. He posts about his gym gains almost as often as he tweets about Tweak. He talks a lot about wanting excuses to work out, posting pictures of his equipment, hitting the grind, and eating protein powder with dino nuggies. He is actively creating a future where he looks nothing like a woman on purpose. Number 2. His tweets regarding women are worrying at the very least. We've already mentioned his ex in the tweet where he talks about women controlling his life like it's a bad thing, but there's some more interactions I'd like to show here. Like this 4-part breakdown he had on Twitter where he admits that he chased her away by hurting her, yet he still shows these grossly obsessive traits. And of course I know everyone's a hypocrite to an extent, but he straight up mentions how it feels to lose a part of yourself in that person. Wanting to start fresh, and not even 2 weeks later, he just does all this evil shit to me? No logical person would give Kevin a second chance if they knew this. This is fucking horrifying. This was the fresh start he wanted. So here's an older tweet from when he was still with his girlfriend, by the way. It's from a deleted thread about a girl talking about getting mistreated in the Smash community, just because she's a girl. So you're telling me, the kinds of people that ignorantly assume and speak for women also massively disrespect and harass them? Big shocker. Ironically, the first line in their Twitch bio is Smash Bros before hoes. They also felt the need to mention they were an Eagle Scout. Kevin really seems to care about keeping his masculinity intact on every social he has. Number 3, he likes being called by his birth name. When doing Twitter trends, he literally told people to refer to him as Kevin if you're really close. Like, if you guys are super buddies, he loves being called Kevin. So, I'm not saying you have to change your name if you're trans. I'm just like, I'm pointing out that it's very obvious from almost every angle that this person is, like, super masculining. They love being a dude, and there's nothing wrong with that, but God, that makes this look really fucking bad for Kevin. Number 4, he lied about living with his parents. You remember in the Discord call when he said he couldn't do something because his parents were sleeping? This tweet from 2022 directly contradicts this. Just got the key to my apartment, let's fucking go. That's so scary he would lie about that to, like, a girl, bro. Unless his parents live with him. The only other option is that's just him lying to be tough guy. I swear to God, either way, it always just looks bad for Kevin in almost every situation. Number 5, he uses the same dialect. You can actually see him using the exact same emojis he uses on his alt, where instead of speaking in short sentences, he's being all silly and going, heh every few minutes. Like that's actually how he thinks girls talk. Oh my God. You cannot make this up. Number 6. Okay, this one's just fucking scary. Kevin posts a lot about violently driving in a sports car. Yeah, the Mini Cooper. I hope he doesn't kill somebody. At this point, whether or not I made the video, he was just going downhill anyways. It's good that people are aware. Number 7, he really is a security guard. Wow, yeah, Kevin posts a lot about this. Lucky dude gets to play Smash at his job. Bro is mad ready for the FNAF movie. Number 8, he likes a lot of the same stuff as me. Okay, so this section is also just about me getting stuff off my chest and things I didn't want to talk about. So I just want to say that it's really weird that he likes and knows almost every single game that I like and play a lot of. We're talking games like Smash Ultimate, Multiversus, Fortnite, Isaac, Among Us, fucking Fate. Did anyone else grow up with Fate? The Forest, Halo, Grand Theft Auto 5, Gary's Mod, Left 4 Dead 2, Rayman Legends. There's probably more I missed. Those are just the games. God, I really hope it was just parroting crap when he said that they liked all the movies and shows I like. Let me spell my point out here. This scares me because it means he's probably obsessed with me if he's really gonna throw his entire life away just to get a shot at me and other women. Alright, number 9. Kevin owns a single fish and wants a cat. Okay, I got really serious there, and this is, like, sucks because this is the part in the script where I put the part where I just started losing my mind, okay? But I'm just gonna go over this, okay? Because I had a fucking reason that I was losing my mind here. And it's that this is so goddamn ironic. Oh my god. It's driven me insane during this when I've seen these connections because I've looked at this so many different times from so many different angles. So I noticed the only video he has on his YouTube channel was this guide on picking a secondary. And while epic editing style aside, the only thing I could take from it was that he has a single fish that just goes for the entire segment it's in. I actually felt like I was losing my mind when there's this person, right, named Nautilus that said so many times through this that he wants a cat. He likes cat furry stuff. He loves cats, okay? Well, the only other pet he's ever had is a fish. And he's made that his entire brand in life. It's the ultimate catfish. Number 10. It gets more ironic. Though he fucking is a catfisher that loves fish and cats. Great, okay. But he's also a security guard, and his last name is Fitzgerald. You know, like the security guard from FNAF 2. I know this is funny, right? But I actually consider the idea that I was being trolled. It fucking broke me so bad how fucking funny this was because I'm actually terrified. Before I found his last name, I made a joke that I thought of Vanny in my head, but instead it was Michael. No, I was actually wrong. It's fucking Jeremy Fitzgerald. I'm probably missing a lot of things because I can't keep going on. There's too much evil shit that I've seen. He's a bad guy. I think you get the point. Alright, let's end this here because I have gone off script so many times. I know it's weird that I randomly just went straight downhill when we got to the top 10. I've been doing this for fucking 2 straight weeks, and I think now's a good point to insinuate that. I'm losing my fucking mind here. I'm so glad that I was able to record this in 2 days. I'm looking forward to this year and getting back to what I enjoy doing. Basically, what I'm saying here is, I've never even made videos like this on this scale. It's been driving me up the wall with how important it is that I don't spread misinformation. But I also need to get this out fast for everyone's safety. I've just been having to figure this stuff out as I've gone on. So, I'm sure my editing hasn't been consistent, but I hope it was enough to keep people's attention for this. Because that is what matters here. Honestly, what shocks me the most about this situation is just how sloppy and confident Kevin was. That he just get away with it. From every angle, it looks bad, too. I feel like the only thing he can argue is that, A, he could have been a closeted trans girl. I was really worried about this during my time making this, and we've covered this. But I'd like to say something. It's always okay to be trans and scared to out yourself. It's another thing, though, when you're pretending to be a girl to fuck with other T-girls and women. It's obvious that Kevin heavily leans masculine from his socials and is into women sexually. He just doesn't respect them at all. In fact, he disrespects them severely. B, if it wasn't premeditated. Like I said, I recognize the name Nautilus from the Twitch users and chat function. And I distinctly remember him following me first on my main, since I had to switch accounts to follow him back on my alt. I'm willing to accept if people don't want to believe me, since the only proof I have of him knowing about me before making his move is Twitter showing me that he possibly followed me on the same day. Honestly, screw the fact that Twitter doesn't tell you those things. I'd like to also put out there that I would still feel unsafe and make this video regardless, whether or not his offense was premeditated. I've had a lot of people uncomfortably obsess over me in the past. Hey, while doing voiceover, I completely forgot to address what had happened after that last message I sent about it being okay if they were trans. They actually sent this back, admitting to lying but replacing it with another full-on lie. He was directly called out about using a voice changer and still made up a new lie to cover up his existing lie. Dude really started off by saying by birth he was female. He says he likes his hair short, has a deep voice, and a small chest. Really, huh? Really? All trust has been broken, so I can't even take this seriously. So much of it makes no sense with how he actually chooses to live his seemingly luxurious life. Oh hey, at least he caved in on the whole voice changer thing. The fucking hell, man. By the way, of course I continue to feed into his bullshit on purpose after this point. He just kept trying to contact me. He also sent more fetish photos, this time being related to wearing clothes in a bathtub. So Kevin has just apologized here, and then he immediately chose to continue to do sick shit. Fuck. He can pretend to show it, but I don't think he knows how to feel genuine respect towards women. His underestimation of me and Mona was the reason he got caught red-handed with just a mountainous amount of documents. You know, this situation really sucks too, because this was unfortunately somewhat effective on me, because recently we've all been much more vocal on stream and on Twitter about desiring improvements that could add to our family group's social circle, such as a permanent fourth to be our buddy for games, a Smash modder with good rates that does expressions, more feminine leaning friends that I can relate to, someone that knew how to make things and wanted to improve, or possibly take interest in even working on Journey. This is just so twisted. Any way you look at this, it always comes down to this being a situation where a privileged cis guy in the Smash community of all places, with more of a following, more results, more money from his parents, a job that people would kill for, and he chooses to do all this shit thinking he's smarter just because he's a guy, forcing me to take 2 weeks off of work to make this. It's punching down is what it is. But if I could say something to Kevin and all the people like him in the world right now, as this last part I wrote, I'm not as dumb as you think I am. I was smarter than you, and you couldn't continue to use me or my family. This video is not just about protecting the community, but my own as well. I want people to know that I will take any measures necessary to fight this behavior. I'm done taking the shit I've dealt with my whole life. Even though I lost all the weight that I spent gaining over this entire last year and a half, it was fucking worth it to see justice in the end. I'm not saying I'm this infallible superhero, but this situation hurt so many people close to me. It hit me right in my fucking heart. It drove me away from doing everything. Fuck you, Kevin. I hope the best for you, man. I hope you get help. I think it's evident by the end here that this is disgusting behavior that deserves a fair punishment. I am asking to have Kevin banned from participating in any competitive events, starting with Smash Ultimate. And at the very least, I would like to see his alternative catfish accounts on Game Banana, Twitch, and Twitter banned as well, since he will use these to hurt others like he did me. I've lost 2 weeks in my life from this situation. I have missed out on so much fucking money I could have made by working if I just spent my time and applied myself at work, instead of doing this fucking garbage. I also challenge the Smash and fighting game community to make a safer space for women and trans women alike. It's not an unheard of topic that bad things happen to girls in the Smash community, and this video will certainly help spread awareness, but I believe we can do better as a scene, and I'm all here for it. All I know is that people like this that have literal years logged as a player in this community shouldn't feel so confident in getting away with manipulating girls. Thank you for hearing my plea and watching the full thing. Please, 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 please share this video with anyone notable that could bring more light to this situation. I hope I never have to make a video like this again. So, fun fact. That was actually his writing. Dude really walked into that one, huh? I figured I deserved a little trolling since 2 weeks turned into a month and I almost died. Very nice of Kevin to sign his pink slip, though. I hope he finds luck in another community, because he's certainly not going to be in one with me in it.